I have made mistakes. I have done things that I regret, that I am ashamed of, and that I will live with for the rest of my life. I deserve to be exposed for these things. I deserve to be criticized for these things. But over the past few weeks, YouTubers have been exposing me for things that are simply not true. Several YouTubers have fabricated evidence, manipulated footage, and outright lied in the hope that people will believe them. The worrying thing is, people have believed them. The hatred for me at this point is so blind, the mob mentality so severe that any YouTuber can say just about anything and their audience will take it at face value. Despite the fact that in nearly all cases, they provided no evidence, no backstory, taken things out of context, and even gone to the point to outright make things up, people still believe it. Everybody has jumped on an ever-growing bandwagon, and I become YouTube's current scapegoat, the punching bag for the internet hatred. I'm in a position where no matter what I do, I receive criticism for. I try to defend myself, and people say that I'm playing the victim card. I go on the attack, and people say I'm being childish and over-dramatic. All I can do is tell the truth, and I will tell you everything. I will expose the Keemstar expose videos. I will prove to you that most of the things that have been said about me are false. Needless to say, there are many of these falsehoods. So here's how I want to handle it. I will play a clip of something someone has claimed to be fact. I will then prove that this is not fact by providing genuine evidence and backstory to why it's false in the first place. All I ask is that you hear me out. After all, there are always two sides to every argument, and I implore you to give me a chance to explain my side.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We are here to review the case of Keemstar versus the community. To the defense, have you prepared a statement?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Go ahead, then.
The best place to start is a Keemstar Exposed video that came out around 8 months ago from a YouTuber known as Chosen. In the video, he took several clips from my past out of context and manipulated them into a montage that went on to get the top post on Reddit and get 1 million views because of it. This video became the poster child for many more Keemstar Exposed videos. In fact, Chosen himself went on to upload pretty much the same video twice and has since created no less than 12 videos dedicated to trying to expose me. And I don't think it needs to be said, but I'm sure we can all guess why he has made that many.
I've been laughing for the last hour that your mom died of cancer. What I really mean is I hope you get cancer, and I hope you fucking live the last fucking month of your life every single day gasping for a breath of air and living with the worst, horrible fucking pain of your life.
This is a fabrication. He used a clip to try to convince people that I'm genuinely telling my fans to get cancer. That is not true. This was a troll, a game I created on my live stream, literally called Fuck the Fans, where I would come up with the most disgusting things I could think of. Everybody watching was in on it and understood the game. It was a roast of my fans. I obviously did not literally want my fans to get cancer. This was used out of context to make me look evil and sick. And anyone who watched my streams back then can clarify this. And to be honest, I'm shocked that anyone would believe that this is real.
It's not like, oh, you caught me. I want them dead. The shit that they said about my kid, I want them dead. Get your recorder ready right now. Get your recorder ready right now. All right? Are you good? Are you ready to record? Those people that said that shit about my kid, I want them dead. I want to murder them.
They provided no backstory to this. Yes, I said it. because I was fucking furious. And I was fucking furious because the people that I was saying I wanted to kill had just made sexual jokes about my daughter. As a parent, I was justifiably angry. When I said I wanted to kill these people, I wasn't going to literally kill them. It was an expression of how I was feeling at the time, and I make no apologies for saying it.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fucking do? Seriously. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna lie to me? You fucking lie to me? Are you gonna lie to me? Are you gonna lie to me?
I don't really know why so many people have used this clip to make me look like a bad guy. We had a disagreement. So we had a little pushing match. Nobody threw fists. There was no blood. Nobody got hurt in any way. It was nothing. Just because you push someone once upon a time doesn't make you the son of Satan. This argument is ridiculous.
Oh, fucking righteous fucking nigger, Alex. Everybody type in the chat, Alex is a stupid nigger.
Now, I will not attempt to justify that I said the N-word 7 years ago. I was wrong to say it. I make no excuses for the fact that I said it. Now, I could argue that Alex was being racist to me first by calling me a wop and a dago because I'm Italian, and that's why I responded in the way I did at the time. But that still doesn't make what I said right. I apologized for this the very next day. I have apologized for this every year since, and I will apologize again to Alex today. I am sorry. But saying a racist thing in anger 7 years ago does not make me a racist. I regret it to this day. I can't ever take it back. I fucked up. I admit it. But honestly, at what point are the people that keep posting this clip over and over again actually, in fact, being racist themselves by using this clip in their little memes and their little parodies and their little jokes? Aren't these people just as guilty of fucking up as I did back then? I'm not saying that everyone who used this clip does this, but it's my opinion that there are some people that constantly use this clip who are very fucking hypocritical for even using it in the first place.
I'm fucking furious. Fuck Ryan. Ryan, kill yourself.
This guy Ryan is a friend of mine, and I continue to do business with him to this day. In this particular clip, I overreacted by saying something that I shouldn't have. Now, apparently, I'm being exposed here for telling someone to kill themselves, and perhaps it's fair enough. However, I find it very hypocritical that someone like Leafy, who has now made 2 videos exposing me, can say this to dozens of people, even having his fans say this to me, and I turn out to be the only one that gets exposed for it? Even iDubbbz, at the end of his Keemstar Exposed video, unironically told me to kill myself.
And I've never said this unironically, but I think this will be the first time I actually say it unironically and mean it. Kill yourself.
By the way, I have very few problems with iDubbbz and the video he made about me. As I said at the time, I genuinely liked it. It was made well. It was funny. Now, I didn't agree with all of his opinions on me, but that's what they were. Opinions. iDubbbz didn't fabricate evidence. He did not lie. They were his opinions, and I appreciate them, at least to a certain extent, because I don't think anyone likes hearing bad things said about them. I actually agree with some of the points he brought up. I have actually been reflecting on a few of them, especially over the last few weeks. And while I'd obviously rather the video didn't exist in the first place, I don't criticize the video itself, and I've got no problem with iDubbbz making it. At least iDubbbz didn't outright lie.
Listen, I'm not going to alter anything or make anything up, right? I'm just going to tell you some stories exactly as they happen.
This is probably the part of Grade A Under A's video which angered me the most, because he says this at the start and then goes on to fabricate almost everything he says.
Keemstar's girlfriend allegedly got onto his Twitter while he was out drinking with a friend and started tweeting. The tweets were sent from the same location as Keemstar, which adds proof to the tweets actually being sent from his girlfriend.
This is a lie. My girlfriend was never on my Twitter. I was hacked. The hacker wrote this stuff to troll me. Gray tries to desperately provide proof that she did this, even when he can't possibly have any. He states the proof is in the location being the same. This is literally fucking stupid, because when you tweet, you have an option to enable or disable your location, and you can change the location to whatever you want. The hacker didn't even need any skills to do this. All he had to do was look at one of my previous tweets. In fact, he didn't even have to do that, since there was a default option where every time you tweet your location, it automatically is set to that location. It's not based around your real location, but rather the location that you have set. Not only that, but Great actually thinks that my girlfriend would refer to a friend of mine by his YouTube channel name. Great purposely left out the full reading of the hacker's tweet because it mentions only Use Me Blade, a fellow YouTuber and friend, and for that reason, if Grade A Under A had done even a tiny bit of research, he would know that this so-called proof is bullshit, or worse yet, perhaps he purposely twisted the evidence to make this point appear valid.
She then told everyone about how Keem attacked her with a set of car keys. Just look at some of these tweets. My name is DJ Keemstar, and I like to physically and emotionally abuse my girlfriend. I just stabbed my girlfriend in the cheek with her own car keys. This is actually from his girlfriend who has lived through hell. So apparently, there's proof that he's a woman beater as well.
This is a lie. He took something that made me look like a wife beater, didn't even do 5 minutes of research, and still claimed it was proof. And people believe this. People believe this. So even though Grade had no proof to justify this particular attack, allow me to provide the testimony from the actual person I'm being accused of beating.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm Dan's girlfriend, otherwise known as Keemstar. And I just wanted to let everyone know that he definitely 100% does not hit me. And it's pretty ridiculous that everyone's making these accusations. I was never on his Twitter, and if he ever did hit me or anything like that, me and my daughter would not be living with him.
Grade A Under A has lied and twisted the truth to suit his own purposes. Not only that, but his videos have only proved that he's a hypocrite.
He actively tries to fuck YouTube channels over by sending his viewers to go and dislike videos that he doesn't like.
Obey is a pedo team. I'm going to tell you this right now. Obey is a pedo team. Here's their new video. Let's get 100 dislikes in like 3 seconds. We got 74. We got 109, you fucking piece of shit.
Now, as I've already explained, I did that because people were literally making sexual references about my kid. I'm not saying what I did was right, but I lashed out in anger because of what they said. Not only has Grade A Under A conveniently left that part out, but he then does the same exact thing to me.
If you hate Keemstar, this is your one chance to get rid of him. So make it count.
So Grade A Under A calls me out for starting a bandwagon of hate against another channel, but then does exactly the same thing. But not only does he send a bigger bandwagon, since I was on a stream and he made 2 videos that got millions of views, he had far less justification for doing so. These people have been making sexual references about my young child. What's Grade's justification?
Drama Alert is a news channel here on YouTube which reports drama and gossip. It's basically the TMZ of YouTube, so you know it's shit.
Even this is a lie. I was friends with Grade A Under A, good friends, and he has told me on multiple occasions that Drama Alert was his favorite channel. He even defended Drama Alert as an entity in the past.
Yo, 234 laptop with the $7.22 says, what do you think about Keemstar being two-faced? E.g. being neutral on Drama Alert and then being biased on Twitter. That's not being two-faced. He even says himself that... Yo, I'll be honest, Keemstar has a lot of bad qualities, right? Quote me on this. Keemstar's no angel, do you know what I mean, right? But one thing I admire Keemstar for is his honesty. Like, he's not two-faced at all. If he likes you, it will be very apparent. If he hates you, it'll be very apparent.
So whether he was lying then or lying now, either way, it proves he's a liar. And it's not like he's even made a mistake with something that happened 5/6 years ago. He's deliberately sabotaged the truth on very recent events. He's deliberately sabotaged the truth on very recent events. Let's talk about the Josh A thing, for example. So the backstory to this, very briefly, is basically this kid, Josh, was talking shit because this was a guy I helped out a lot in the past, and now all of a sudden, he was hating on me. Now, I have just been stabbed in the back by two of my supposed friends, so to see this kid coming out of the woodwork that I helped in the past just do the same thing, I forced a fair bit of my frustration in his direction. Now, that's not the mistake I made. I was trying to justify myself, and in doing so, I accidentally leaked this kid's Skype. What I did not realize is that his Skype username also contained his first and last name. Like, how could I have possibly known that? But I did fuck up. So when I watched his video, I apologized to him. We spoke in DMs as well, and I cleared things up, and I kindly asked him to take the video down. He said it was no problem, but he wanted to keep the video up because it was getting a lot of views. He was getting a lot of subs, and he needed money. So I offered money to compensate him for the fact he took the video down. I wasn't trying to manipulate him into taking the video down. He already said it wasn't a problem. But the only reason he had for not taking it down was that he needed money.
It all started whenever I tweeted a meme about Keemstar being cringy. So then he tweets out my personal Skype information, which also has my last name in it, which anybody can just find my Facebook now and, you know, contact me or my family. Now I have to delete my Facebook. I have to delete my Skype.
Hey Josh, I just seen your video and I guess I owe you an apology. And I had no idea that your last name was in your Skype, so I'm sorry.
But then, on his much less public stream,
Like, this Josh A kid is such a fucking faggot. Manipulative little cunt. Like, seriously, fuck this guy, dude.
Grade played this clip to make it look like I apologized in public and then shit-talked him on a live stream afterwards in order to make it seem like my apology was insincere. Now, this was a fabrication of events. He neglected to mention the fact that my Twitter apology occurred before Josh lied. And that, in fact, my live stream rant was about the fact that he had manipulated the truth by claiming I tried to bribe him. I refuse to believe that grade A under A can fuck something up this recent. He has twisted the timeline of events to make it look worse than I really am. He is purposely lying.
I'm fucking white. I run this world. You're black. You're my slave. Understand it. First time a nigger gets a gun, he shoots his brother. I would hang the fuck out of you. The only reason why you want to fuck a white chick is because nobody wants to fuck a black chick. This dude is so embarrassed that he's black because he knows he's a fucking second-class citizen.
As many of you know, I used to do Halo trolling on Xbox Live. The clip you just seen was from one of those trolls. We would get in a game, we would talk shit for entertainment of others. I was playing a character. The things I said in this character were not real. I did not believe the things I said. They were fake. It was trash talk. People were in on it. Everybody knew the game.
If you guys don't know who Keemstar is, basically he does Drama Alert. He is the co-host on a podcast I do called The Bad Kid Show, or The Bad Kid Cast, whatever you want to call it. There's so many different names of it. And for the most part, he's known in the community now for doing Drama Alert. He used to be known for doing the trolling, back like the real trolling back in FAG, not this new trolling where people just trap people in corners and fake laugh.
Just like Fuck the Fans, people take something I said 7 years ago in a character and try to use it as evidence to commend me as a person, to try to prove I'm a racist or a sexist or whatever. It was a comedy routine. Some of the things I said were offensive, but it wasn't Daniel Keem saying them. It's not evidence of me legitimately insulting someone for real. And the fact is that Grade A Under A knew this, but he decided to use it anyway. At no point did Grade A Under A give any reference to where this audio came from. It was from a Halo game. It was from Xbox Live. It was a troll. He purposely extracted the audio from this video clip to convince an audience that it was hate speech, as opposed to the reality of it being a trash-talking battle on Xbox Live.
Listen, all I did was tell stories of what's happened in the past. He literally laughs at kids while they cry their eyes out.
Again, they offer no backstory to this. Obviously, this clip makes me look fucking bad, but it was a skit. It's not real. The mother of the kid was holding the camera. It was staged. We didn't randomly go up to a kid in the park and shove ice cream in his face and smash an Xbox. That is ridiculous. That kid was a paid actor. We paid him $100 to take part in this comedy skit, and he was told beforehand, after he gets hit with the ice cream, he must cry. If anything, the kid should get an Oscar. We recorded this, and I didn't want to upload it simply because of how fucking bad it would appear to seem to others. But my friend, Only Use Me Blade, uploaded it anyway. Again, it wasn't real. It was an act, a skit, made in poor taste, but absolutely a skit. Nonetheless.
Being a hypocrite, of course. Being a fucking gnome. And there's so much more, but I don't want to drag this on for too long. So basically, I overall proved that he's a piece of shit.
I don't give a fuck about any of you. I am in this for your money. I only do this show for money. That's it. All right? I don't do it to entertain people. That's just a fucking scam. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I really hope you die of cancer. I hate every single one of you. Fuck the fans. No sarcasm, no joking. Fuck the fans. Thank you.
That's the thing with satire. See, Leafy tried to shield his blatant attack videos with satire. But this clip, in which he claims to be proof of me being a piece of shit, was again part of the whole fuck the fans thing. I've explained this game earlier. I mean, I literally say fuck the fans in this clip. The thing with Leafy's 2 videos is he doesn't really say anything. He just calls me a rat and a gnome, and a few times interlaced with clips of Alex is a stupid N-word and some of my more cringy jokes. Apparently, that was enough for people to say that he destroyed me. His fans ate that shit up because of the recycled memes and because I was an easy target.
Keemstar is notorious for fucking backstabbing people. And honestly, I don't blame him. This guy goes on and on about shit for fucking days.
Let it go. Prove him wrong. Be a better one.
Yo, Scott, you are a broke bitch. You don't have money to fucking pay for your fucking apartment. You have no money whatsoever. You spent an extra 15 minutes on a stream that gets you no money, and the only paycheck you got is coming from fucking Bad Kid Show, and you delayed this show.
Oh, well, you don't have any money. You don't have any money. Dude, you're fucking 35 years old. What the fuck is wrong with you?
This is a perfect example. I don't even know what point he's trying to make here. He's calling me a backstabber, despite the fact that he's the one who's literally stabbing me in the back. He tries to prove this by playing a clip of me joking with one of my best friends, Only Use Me Blade. Like, what the fuck is he even talking about? This is just ridiculous. It's just blind hatred and defamation of character by playing clips totally out of context to anything he's even saying to make me look bad. There is no method to his madness, no context, no clarification, no structure. It is just a straight up blatant attack masqueraded as jokes. However, Leafy doesn't lie to the extent that Grade A Under A does, because he doesn't do anything. It's just a mess of out-of-context clips, memes, and stolen jokes.
For those of you who don't know, Drama Alert is a news channel here on YouTube which reports drama and gossip. It's basically the TMZ of YouTube, so you know it's shit. And not only that, right, but it's run by a newscaster who can't fucking read.
So for all of those that don't know, I am dyslexic. I do have trouble reading. I don't really consider it my weakness. I'm not offended when people say I can't read. That doesn't make me any less intelligent or unable to run Drama Alert. Using this to criticize my show was a pretty weak argument, but I found it to be quite a low blow from a previous friend, someone who knew I was dyslexic since we talked about it privately. I think that's what hit me the hardest about this whole situation. Like, I know people are calling me out for trying to play the victim card, so I'm trying not to. But these people were my friends. I trusted them, and they stabbed me in the back. They used this thing of me allegedly shit-talking them as a reason to make these videos against me. Well, not only is that untrue, but the reasoning is also untrue. If they really wanted to break the friendship and dissocialize themselves with me, fine. I accept that. I can even understand it almost, because everyone who's even remotely associated with me right now receives hate regardless. Even knowing me right now will make you a target for the mob mentality. So yes, it might be cowardly for them wanting to cut ties with me because of that, but I really wouldn't have held that against them. I don't understand why the very next day, just after our friendship ended, that they just woke up and decided to make Keemstar Expose videos. And not only just any Keemstar Expose videos, fucking brutal ones, with blatant lies and things taken out of context with zero backstory or reasoning. And I don't think I'll ever understand why at this point, but what I do understand was that this is the definition of a backstab. They didn't just use a knife, it was a fucking machete. And I realize it's me sounding like I'm playing the victim card. But that is the part that makes me feel like a victim in that respect. I'm not a victim in the sense that I haven't made mistakes myself, but in the terms of the fact that these were my friends who turned on me the minute it was easy for them to do so and came at me so fucking hard you would have thought I killed one of their family members.
Him being around definitely can make people go away and stop making videos. And honestly, right, this is one of the biggest reasons why Keemstar is a problem. Because your favorite YouTuber could literally stop making videos tomorrow because of a stupid news story that Keemstar reports on tomorrow. Don't believe me? Look at Toby Turner.
Firstly, in what way is this news story stupid? All we did is report on Toby Turner's alleged rape allegations. The key word was alleged. It was in the fucking title. All we did is read out the Tumblr post. We didn't claim that the story was true. All we did is have someone read out the Tumblr post that his alleged victim wrote. We didn't break the story. We didn't twist the truth. We literally read out something that someone else wrote. In fact, on this particular Drama Alert, I gave no opinions whatsoever. I didn't promote hate on Toby Turner. I didn't tell anyone to attack him. I brought a little more light to a post that already existed. And that was it. So this argument is bullshit. If Drama Alert didn't cover the story, someone else would have. In fact, a much bigger channel than Drama Alert did cover it. Someone that Grade has praised previously in his own videos. Philip DeFranco ran this story and gave more of an actual opinion than I ever could. Philly D actually made more people aware of this story than I did. And even then, Grade's argument is that shedding light on a story like this is a bad thing. When it A, isn't, B, wasn't a story broken by Drama Alert in the first place, and C, was covered by someone with a much larger audience.
Those pedophile allegations against Bashaverse that Keem gave so much attention to weren't even true. They were absolutely false, right? But that didn't stop Keemstar from giving them as much attention as he fucking could. In fact, right, Keemstar gave them so much attention that not only did it ruin Basher's reputation and his channel, right, but it ruined his fucking sanity, causing him to have a fully fledged mental breakdown.
We initially reported the story about a Minecraft YouTuber known as Basherverse getting into trouble with the police like 9 years ago for allegedly soliciting sex with a minor. And I mean, that is true. Basherverse himself uploaded a video telling this exact story before the drama alert in question even came out. Now, this story was handled unprofessionally. There was no lid on it. A lot of people jumped to conclusions, and I regret not making more of an effort to reduce the amount of hate he received on its behalf. But Drama Alert, besides being both unprofessional and unequipped to handle the scope of this story, didn't actually report false information. The truth is, the Basherverse story itself is just too huge to explain. It really needs its own video, and if need be, I will do that in a separate upload. In short, I do accept some responsibility for how the story played out, but Drama Alert never reported on anything that wasn't true.
Keemstar invaded my privacy. Some of these pictures never left my personal Facebook page.
I will admit I overreacted to this Pyrocynical thing. I did blow it out of proportion, and I do apologize to Pyrocynical for reacting in that way I reacted. Yes, I was wrong to post his picture online to try to get back at him. It was petty and childish, but this is not a Pyrocynical face reveal. His image was public. I did not release his image to the world. Not only was his image available on Google, but his own friends and fans have been posting his face around Twitter for months. He even posted pictures of himself. Even a video where he was brushing his fucking teeth. When he said that I got photos from his private Facebook, that was a lie. These images were public long before, and I know this because I obtained them in the first place from a simple Google image search. And for final proof that Pyrocynical showed his face long before anyone else did, on January 9th, 2016, he literally gave a YouTuber known as Uber Danger permission to use his own face reveal in a video. A video that got over 1 million views.
A fucking combination of the best and worst creatures to ever come out of planet Earth. Dinosaurs and furries. Fuck.
I will admit, I've posted pictures of Keemstar myself, but the pictures I've taken are all from his Twitter page or his Drama Alert channel. Pictures he willingly uploaded for his audience to see. Meanwhile, he's using private pictures of me that I didn't upload for the public to see.
That is simply not true. His followers would actively reply to his tweets with pictures, and some of them he posted himself. I did not expose private pictures. I did not expose anything. All the images I posted were already public. Pyrocynical posted my image, and yes, these images were public, but so were his. For Pyro to claim that they weren't is a lie. He lied to everyone. Now, what I did was petty, and I admit that, but I did not expose Pyrocynical's face reveal, and he has manipulated people into thinking I had.
Look at the titles. They're a mess of tags and YouTube names to promote yourself in the algorithms.
Here's a perfect example of why Pyrocynical's video is flawed and hypocritical. He criticizes my titles, but look at his fucking titles. He's doing the same exact thing, if not worse. Not that there's really even anything wrong with it. My point is, how the fuck is this relevant to the title of his video? My personal experiences with Keemstar. He's just criticizing me for something that he does too, but actually to an even greater extent. And in the same way that I was petty on Twitter, he's being petty in this video. There is wrong on both sides here, but people simply don't want to see that.
Or straight up lying about situations in a pathetic attempt to slander another individual.
Pyro was trying to hook up with a 13-year-old girl from France. All right, that he was technically like a pedo or a weirdo or something, right?
Now, this is something deliberately taken out of context by blatantly misleading his audience. He purposely chosen this clip to make it look like I'm calling Pyrocynical a pedophile when that is not what I said at all. He has directly cut the beginning of this sentence out, which actually made what I said completely different.
Anyhow, he used to have a lot of friends in that scene, right? Well, those people got in contact with me and told me that fucking Pyro was trying to hook up with a 13-year-old girl from France, all right? That he was technically like a pedo or weirdo or something, right?
As you can see, the exact same segment, but this time actually in context with what I said. So instead of a clip of me saying Pyrocynical was trying to hook up with a 13-year-old girl from France, it now mentions the fact that it's his friends that are saying this and not me. This is what his friends said, not Keemstar. But it was deliberately cut out by Pyrocynical to make it look like I was the one saying it. Now I agree I have fucked up the ages. Well, that's because these so-called friends were telling me multiple different ages and I got fucking confused. But in any case, I was not calling Pyrocynical a pedophile. I was saying what his friends had said. This was not news. This was not evidence. All I was doing is relaying what people had said. Do I believe his friends? No, I don't. But multiple people were saying the same thing to me, and I was looking into it at the time. If Pyrocynical wants to point the finger at someone for this, he should point it at them for directly trying to feed me false information. And this is also something that people need to understand. I was not reporting the news on my stream. This was never featured on Dromalert. Dromalert is a news program. My stream and Twitter are not. And some people refuse to understand this. Well, it's pretty fucking simple. Dromalert is Dromalert, so it's called Dromalert. The channel is not called Keemstar. Is my Twitter handle Dromalert? No, it's not. Is my streams called Dromalert? No, it's not. These are not affiliated with Dromalert. I try to keep my opinions off of Dromalert. Admittingly, sometimes unsuccessful, but that's a place for news. Yes, Keemstar reports the news, and on Dromalert. I have tried to stay as neutral as possible. Not always easy, but can you blame me given the fact that people criticize me when I want to actually give my opinion on something that isn't Dromalert? I'm sorry, but this shouldn't be that difficult to comprehend.
A 15-year-old girl got completely bollock naked on DJ Keemstar's Blog TV stream and had pieces of paper saying I love Keemstar covering her tits and her pussy.
Out of all of the Keemstar Exposed videos, this is honestly the biggest fucking lie that has ever been told. It's not even taking something out of context at this point. It's direct slander. Grade A under A, my once close friend, has literally called me a pedophile. Needless to say, this story is total bullshit, and I dispute every fucking word of it.
Keemstar himself had a girl of the exact same age, 15 years old, get naked for him on a live stream.
To the best of my knowledge, there was a moderator in my stream called Kate. Kate was a 19-year-old who was dating another moderator in my stream that was in his early 20s. Is it possible that Kate lied about her age? Of course it is. I don't request ID from the moderators of my stream or the viewers of my stream. This girl, of her own free will, streamed herself naked with DJ Keemstar fan signs on her own stream. This was not my stream. The fact that Grade A under A accepts this video as evidence automatically is absolutely laughable. He did no research, and neither did Joey fucking Salads. But at least Joey has an excuse of being an actual idiot, and even says in the video that there's probably a logical explanation to it. Grade A under A didn't even do that. He just accepted that this was the fact and was insane enough to try to make people think that I was genuinely a pedophile.
All credit to Joey Salads for this investigative gem, right?
Your only source is Joey Salads, an idiot who literally pissed in his own mouth and stuck his dick in a hot dog bun. And by the way, Joey didn't research this either. He wasn't even the one to break this little story. But you did so little to verify it that neither of you even asked me one question about it. You called me the worst thing in the world based on nothing. And that on its own is worse than anything I have ever done myself. Colossal is Crazy spent 2 months of research on this and still believed there was not enough evidence to even consider running the story, which, by the way, was the reason for my tweet to him in the first place.
A certain YouTuber by the name of Colossal is Crazy made a tweet saying he's gonna make a video about Keemstar. And how does Keemstar respond to this? Get this, by threatening to release his personal info on where he fucking lives. You're obsessed with me. I have a portfolio of all your tweets mentioning me. When your pedo video hits, expect a response. Docs too.
This is an untruth in itself. I never threatened to dox Colossal is Crazy because he was making a video on me. It's something I said because I found out he was researching this pedo story, and I thought he was generally going to try to expose me for being a fucking pedophile. This was actually a misunderstanding anyway, because the clown had concluded that there was no evidence to prove it. Yes, I was wrong for threatening to dox him, but I apologize. He forgave me, and it was resolved. He actually got hate for accepting my apology, which is ridiculous in its own right and just goes to show how fucking deep the mob mentality really goes.
For Keem to even mention Pyrocynical talking to a 15-year-old girl in a bad way is fucking crazy, given the fact that Keemstar, again, literally had a girl of the exact same age get naked and show her bare naked asshole in all its underage glory.
And this is just ridiculous now. Grade tries to call me a hypocrite for calling Pyrocynical a pedophile, which again, I never said. I was just relaying what his friends had told me. Grade says I'm a pedo, and that's because I called Pyro a pedo. It's hypocritical, but isn't that at the same time just making Grade a fucking hypocrite himself? Has he gone mad? He's trying to expose me for falsely accusing Pyro of being a pedo by falsely accusing me of being a pedo. If this was legitimately Grade's motive, it's actually fucking stupid. And the fact that he doesn't see that is insane. But honestly, I think he's just using it as an excuse to try to get people to believe that I am actually a pedo. I mean, at no point in either of his videos does he explain his intentions. He doesn't use words like allegedly, or possibly, or potentially. He literally just calls me a fucking pedophile. It's a direct quote.
A 15-year-old girl got completely bollock naked on DJ Keemstar's Blog TV stream and had pieces of paper saying I love Keemstar covering her tits and her pussy.
If that isn't slander, I honestly don't know what is. And the fact that he used the next clip only reveals how stupid his entire video really is. It's obvious to me that he doesn't really care about being right or wrong. He doesn't give a shit about what's the truth and what's not the truth. He was counting on the fact that people would take him at his word, and he was right. People did. People now generally believe that I'm actually a pedophile that once convinced a 15-year-old girl to get naked. The hate for me is so strong, the bandwagon is so full that Grade A didn't even need to provide even one scrap of fucking evidence to justify calling someone the worst thing in the world. But the mindless fucking sheep believe it anyways.
In May 2013, there was a guy in Britain called Stephen Rotherham who got falsely accused of being a paedophile on the internet, right? On top of that, his privacy got shit on, like his real name and other information came out as well. The combination of the false paedophile allegations and his privacy being shit on made him take his fucking life. Remember this, okay? Remember these details.
Okay, Grade, I remember the details. See the way I see it. By your logic, you have now made a false pedo accusation against me. In addition to this, my privacy has actually been intruded upon multiple times, which you fucking knew about. Because, guess what? You were my friend, and I told you this. So by your logic, there is a chance I could potentially kill myself. So all you have done here is shoot yourself in the foot and totally reversed your argument upon yourself. Now, I have absolutely no plans to kill myself, but as you well know, All it takes is one crazy fuck to believe this allegation and get a hold of my address, which is practically public anyways, and do something fucking stupid. By your own logic, you have not only put my own life at risk by tricking people into believing this pedo allegation, but my family's too. So now, do you begin to see where you fucked up?
You don't think that Keemstar gave Pyrocynical such a hard time for talking to a 15-year-old girl? 'Cause he was jealous, do you?
I'm gonna rape your kids, Big Snacks.
What'd he say?
So I guess this is a joke, I don't know, but since people actually still believe I hope my fans get cancer thing, not to mention all the other ridiculous shit I've disproved once and for all, I reckon I should probably clarify this story to be on the safe side. This Big Snacks thing was again taken completely out of context. In the early days of Drama on a different channel, Drama exposed a story that Big Snacks, a fellow YouTuber, was botting YouTube views. A hacker known as The Doxer took pictures of Big Snacks' family and made threats that he wanted to rape Big Snacks' kids. The YouTuber Big Snacks responded by telling people that Keemstar wanted to rape his kids. That I was the one that put the hacker, known as Doxer, up to this. I responded on my stream by saying, and I quote, "I cannot believe he's saying this. He's saying, I want to rape your kids, Big Snacks." But the "I can't believe he's saying this" part was cut out of the clip to make it look like I was saying I genuinely wanted to rape his kids. This was a manipulation of the facts. Here's a clip from Chaos Silencer, who was Big Snacks' business partner of many years, confirming this.
Grade A Under A's video dropped yesterday, which I have a few issues with Grade A Under A's video. I watched the entire thing, and he was smart from his point. He made it part 1 and part 2. That just gives double exposure for the message he's trying to get across. But I had a few issues because there were some things in there in some clips, specifically the Big Snacks clip. Now, I'm not defending Keemstar. I was in that battle with Keemstar back in the day when it was with Big Snacks and Yaush and everything, and Keemstar did some stupid shit. He's done some really stupid shit. But if you're going to expose somebody, you give them the entire clip. And Grade A Under A, multiple times, as did Leafy, they cut clips to where it sounded like something it wasn't, like where he was talking about raping Big Snacks kids. That wasn't the entire clip. And if you watch the entire clip, you would take it in context, and they cut it down just to make it sound like that. Now, I know they're going for this full expose, and I get it. And if you have valid proof on things, by all means, throw it out there, but make sure you keep it in context, because it's going to come back and look kind of shady if people look and say, well, that's not what he was saying. Why did you cut comment to make it look like something it wasn't? And they did that numerous times.
Now it's important for me to focus on the things I have done wrong. And yes, I have fucked up multiple times. I have, because I'm a human. Possibly one of the greatest mistakes I've made is a mistake I have absolutely no defense for whatsoever. And that is what I said to Total Biscuit. It was totally insensitive, and I deeply, deeply apologize for it.
Look, you fucking piece of shit. I've been fucking watching you for years. I've been a fan of you for years. Out of the blue, you tweet at me, "You're not news," and then you fucking block me? Why? Oh, I've never even fucking said anything about you at all. Like, now I want to. Now I want to be like, can't wait to report your death. Like, seriously. What's wrong with you, asshole?
I uploaded a 10-minute apology video on Twitter after speaking with H3H3. And I realized not only with what I said to Total Biscuit was offensive, but it also hurt anyone that has suffered from cancer in any shape or form, whether it was themselves or through loved ones. I'm ashamed of what I said, and I understand I have made an enormous mistake that I will forever regret. Now, I could attempt to defend myself by referencing many of the good things that I've done, and I've done many. I've helped a lot of people out. I've helped people out that I even talked about in this video. But that's not what this video is about. This video is not about me manipulating you into thinking I'm a good guy. It's for me to tell you the truth. I've made mistakes, and I have admitted to these mistakes. But most of what you heard about me was manipulated, taken out of context, or straight up lies. And many of you have been hating on me for that. I don't hold it against you. And in fact, I'm here asking for forgiveness, and I'm prepared to forgive you. In the next couple days, I will be unblocking everyone I have blocked on Twitter that has sent me hate up until this point for the things that are simply not true. I will also be forgiving the people that have uploaded these Keemstar exposed videos, as long as they apologize, either publicly or privately. As I said before, I cannot go and undo the things that I've done wrong. I hope that this is a fresh start. I hope that this is a new chapter. Thank you for making it to the end. Thank you for listening to me.